See, I remember the first time I ever went to Belfast. No idea of troubles at all. And most people are like, yeah, you see the odd helicopter. That's about it.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't how we in the UK were sort of promoted.
No, of course. You know, and I think that was what, I mean, listen, clearly it had an enormous impact on the people whose lives it immediately affected, but also on all of our lives in a sense. You know, when I first went to Central, I'm from a Protestant background. I've never denied that. You know, I've never refuted my background in any way, but it doesn't define me. But when I came to London, because I was in acting, I was automatically assumed that I was a paddy. And I'd never really considered myself that, in a sense, because I was Northern Irish. And
now, listen, while we're talking about this, the lovely Antonio has made you.
Wow. Oh, my dream.
Now, you put in a request.
This is my dream.
Tell people what your request. Antonio, what's he got on there? He's got peppers,
salami, and chilli.
And chilli. Fabulous. Brilliant. Thank you, my friend.
Thank you so much.
See, now,
that looks sensational.
because we now do these at Homeslice, we always ask the guests what are their favourite pizza toppings.
Yeah.
Now, you are a man who is not afraid of spice.
I love it.
You embrace the spice.
I really do embrace it. To the point where I don't really sweat a lot in life, but when I eat spice, I sweat quite a bit. So watch out, camera.
Hold on. We're in a pizza restaurant talking about sweating. We should be careful, shouldn't we?
But you know, that looks dreamy.
Now,
And I remember.
have yourself a little slice of that and tell me whether we have achieved pizza nirvana for you.
Okay.
Yeah, now, we need some napkins.
Is
Is that good?
fabulous.
Happy with that?
Perfect base.
Oh my God, I'm going to try a little bit of that. That looks good. Hold on a second.
I am.
I'd like...
Oh, hottest. Jesus is hot. I've got the worst table manners with my daughters.
Yeah, no, your daughters think you eat like a savage.
Yeah, this will end up in my eyebrows. And
Well,
that's sensational. Oh.
weren't you saying before you were lucky you got your eyebrows?
Yeah.
What happened there?
It's something I've talked about. I think it's important. I've got to tell you, that's as good as it gets.
Yeah.
That's as good as it gets.
We try.
Wow. The base is just magnificent.
They're very good. Boys.
Antonio.
Boys. Oi.
Antonio. Bravish. Fantastic, friend. Thanks.
It's beautiful. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, no, I was doing The Hobbit years ago, 11, 12 years ago, and I started to realize I was getting kind of patches of alopecia areata, which developed so badly over the next few years that I completely lost my beard, so I just had to shave. Not lost, but just very patchy. And then about 4 years ago, and they don't know, something kind of triggered it, knows. I mean, there's plenty enough happens in my life to put to me triggers. And my eyebrows began to fall out. And really, you know, actors can be vain, but it's an important part of your, particularly mine, you know. I mean, people have talked about my eyebrows.
Yeah, I mean, you've got some eyebrows.
You know, but they kind of went.
I mean, mine are almost see-through.
Mine just went, and it was so obvious. So funny enough, when I did the first Harlan Coben job, stayed close, I had to shave them completely, and they had to stitch false hair on netting. And it's very upset. Right, you know,
You know, the terrible thing is I want to go back and rewatch that, mate.
Yeah, and they did a great job. But I then, because again, sort of famously, I mean, not famous, I mean, people aren't talking about it, but, you know, I
We are now.
had someone who had hair transplants in the past.
You've had a hair transplant? You kept that quiet. No, you didn't.
But it was sort of unrelated, but the clinic I go to in Ireland, they had a specialist there for eyebrows and stuff, and so they eventually found there's any treatment I'm on. That's a drug, very kind of.
But was the hair transplant? Do they think the hair nothing?
Totally unconnected.
Okay.
And so I'm trying to speak more about it because it is something that people struggle with, and you know, I mean, Louis Theroux had a problem with it. It was, but so I started taking a medication which is a kind of an immune suppressant, which means that I'm more prone to maybe pick up little infections and stuff. But I get my blood checked all the time. But my eyebrows came back.
I mean, they're back to their impressive self.
And my beard came back, and so it's been great. But
So you can grow a full beard. But I mean, like you say, you can all say, oh, I'm not vain. But I mean, geez. I mean, I remember somebody shaved one of my eyebrows off once as a joke. I didn't find it very funny.
No, it's not.
Because you've got the choice. Do I leave one or do I take the other off? So you have to take the other off. And then you realise without your eyebrows, you look like an alien.
No, you got to do it. It's difficult.
Yeah.
And people do suffer from it. And so, even if there's one person who's got it, or maybe listen to this or watch this, and there is hope out there. I mean, because
what is the drug that you take?
It's a JAK inhibitor. It's called,
Right.
and I think whatever it does to the immune system, it somehow rebalances and restarts the growth.
Because alopecia is like it's when a certain part of your body is attacking another part of your body, isn't it? I mean, I remember a friend of mine was really ill recently, where he got a virus, and his body didn't stop producing the antibodies, and he ended up in A&E.
Wow, no experience. But I'm
Very strange thing, the body.
It is very odd. Well, you realise just how strange the very fact that things like that can fall out, and that a beard can go for 10 years and then come back.
Now that you're nearly at this, do you have a freedom pass yet? Are you allowed one of those yet?
Well, I've got my oyster.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't actually got it yet because I've been in Ireland, but I'm going to do that.
Okay.
Which is exciting. And in Ireland, I've got the train.
But you say you get checked.
Oh yeah, so I get checked regularly.
But you've got to.
I
I mean, we are now both in Sniper's Alley, baby.
know that you do a lot less damage to your body than I do.
Well,
Yeah.
I think that's the thing, though, isn't it? Do you find now, having been through that, and the fact that you can get a freedom pass if you want, you think it might be wise to look after myself a bit more?
No, Jeff, unquestionably I do. Because I feel there's more work to be done.
Yeah.
I
But you've never been busier either.
I know, but I used to do films with Michael Winterbottom, an independent filmmaker, and he said something that has never left me, which was, your next job is your first job. Your next job is your first job. And it's a mantra that I really, and a philosophy that I really hold to, because, I am grateful. I've had an enormous amount of fortuitous success, although I have grafted as well. I've worked hard, I've also had luck. But I don't feel it's done, I feel there's more to do, and that's the gorgeous and exquisite privilege, and sometimes worry about it is the canvas, is there another big sheet of paper?
Well, you seem to have fallen on your feet with this Coben chap. He seems to like you.
But yes, the Coben thing, Harlan, as I said, I did my first, it was the end of 20, there must have been, end of 2020, coming towards the end of COVID.
Yeah, it's just over a sort of 5-year relationship.
And I was on holiday in a place we go to, which I love, in Kaş in Turkey. Gorgeous place. I almost don't want to say it because
But we'll talk about it later.
Yeah, lovely little seaside place in Turkey, in Antalya. And my agent called and said, listen, this thing's come through. Will you talk to Harlan Coben? I wasn't familiar with his work. I was one of the few people that was.
Harlan who?
Yeah. No. Is it a cop? Yes. No. Okay. But I spoke to Harlan for a long time, and I was really, we sort of clicked on the phone, and I did this job, and I had no idea, and he's a real juggernaut. He's an incredibly accessible, mad mind. God only knows what goes on in his brain, but he creates these extraordinary stories about sometimes ordinary people, sometimes very complicated people. He throws them all together as a twisty, turny roller coaster of a thing. So I did that, and then I did a little bit in another one there a couple of years ago, and then this one came up, and it's a big old part, and it's
Well, you play Simon.
I play Simon.
I mean, you're not playing a policeman.
No, I'm not.
Although you do quite a lot of investigating.
I do a lot.
For those who haven't, I mean, it is currently #1. As we're recording this, it's #1 on Netflix.
Yeah, it's #1 on Netflix everywhere.
It knocked Stranger Things.
No, it's not Stranger Things off in the States.
Now, I have a theory as to why that may have happened, right? Because Stranger Things, what is it, season 943 now?
Yeah.
Aren't they a bit old to be riding around on bicycles?
It's a bit like I was watching Grease again the other night. It never fails to amuse me that they're sort of doing their A-levels. Stalking, whatever you call it, stalking, turning the center. So I mean, they're doing the right levels at 36.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a lot.
But so you're playing Simon, who is a company director. He's a successful businessman, isn't he? But in finance, in the world of finance,
In the world of
and his daughter's gone missing.
yeah, she's been missing for 6 months when we find him at the beginning. His wife, played by Minnie Driver, has said, let her go because she's disappeared into her world of drugs. She's spiraled completely out of control. She's involved with this guy who's a nightmare. But the feelings of guilt about why she maybe have gone, despair about where is she, how is she feeling vulnerable. I've been trying to find out about her. I get a tip off that she's busking in a park. I go, I see her. She's barely recognizable. She was fairer. I go up to her, I say, it's me, it's Dad, come back. She doesn't leave me. What's going on? She runs off. I catch her. But then the boyfriend intervenes. He's a mess. I beat him.
You kick the living daylights.
And it's quite explosive, you know. And
it's a hell of an opener.
Yeah, and it is. I think where Harlan's good as, he right at the very beginning challenges an audience empathy for a leading character. You know, because Simon really batters this guy. An influencer, he's running a class in the park, films it, goes on TikTok, and it's viral, and then you enter the whole Harlan Coben world of different strands. You know, Ruth Jones is in.
How many? I think I'm 4 episodes in, and he keeps introducing people.
Yeah,
and I'm now slightly older, and my wife and I sit on the sofa going, "Who are they?
Oh God, try being in it.
What do they do?
I mean, try being in it.
It took us time for it. There's the young couple who do terrible things, right? And they're amazing. The 2 actors are brilliant. But we were sort of at least an episode and a half in until we worked out where they stood in everything.
Yeah, it's crazy. But I mean, that's what's taking they're doing, and also because we filmed quite a lot of it out of sequence because of some cast availability. So thank God there's a brilliant script supervisor there, a great on-site producer. Because a lot of the time I'm saying, where have I been? What have I done?
Who am I?
Yeah. Have I done this yet? Have I been out yet?
But when you're as busy as you are as an actor, do you find that you can kind of you're today you're Simon,
yeah,
and then tomorrow you've got to be someone else, and do you ever mix the two up?
Not really. I mean, funnily enough, the last couple of years I took a bit of time off, and time maybe took a little bit off me. I mean, you have to have a break because I was working nonstop for years, and but I mean, I think at times, depending on the roles, I played some roles where it can have an impact when you're in actual life. You know, I remember when I did Jekyll years ago, a remake of Jekyll and Hyde, Stephen Merfillo. You know, at that time, Sonia, my ex, and Sonia, he was just brilliant and never kind of would find problems with what I was doing, you know, the work I was doing. But I think sometimes if I'd been playing Mr. Hyde in a day, or would come back and was holding that a wee bit, she would be like, that's too much. Or also sometimes if I was doing my work.
Jesus, it's left me now. The one where you played the guy who had you were in the religious sect.
Oh, the Baptist, The Secret.
The Secret.
Yeah, well, that was cool.
Because he was a dark character, wasn't he? Yeah, and it based on a true story.
In my hometown.
Yeah. But there was incredible performances in that.
Yeah, no, brilliant. Genevieve Riley, fabulous, those are incredible. And yes, so some of those things are with you, but like the one that really was with Bloody Sunday was a big one.
Yeah,
for me in many ways, in terms of just understanding that maybe my job did have a bit of worth. You know, not going down a mine or not kind of like walking into an operating theatre.
As my friend Andy says, we ain't digging roads, son.
Yeah, very true. Yeah. Well, very true. But it was an important job for me in terms of showing that that film could say something about a situation. It could educate. It could kind of illuminate. It could kind of cause debate. But it also made me really look at where I come from, and so that was an important job. But it was also very. I was caught up in that. It was not easy because.
Are you conscious as a Protestant playing that role?
Yeah. Well, it was interesting because I mean, what was strange about it? I was very conscious of the fact that I was a Protestant, telling a story that was, about a nationalist community and a terrible thing that happened to them. But also my character, unbelievably, was a Protestant, Ivan Cooper, but he had a 99% Catholic vote. So there was concern about it. I mean, there's also many other stories to be told about the North of Ireland from the impact on my background, the terrible things that befell Protestants. But that was very involving. The one that I think, I did a show called The Missing.
Yeah.
Still in losing my child. There's quite a funny caveat about that. At the time I was doing The Missing.
Because it's not a funny show.
No, it's not a funny show. And in fact, so when I did that, it was lucky that we filmed it in Belgium, because it was the one time I've really used a slightly different device for me in terms of acting. I really tried to live the life that character lived. And it was helpful that I was away from my own family. I was in a different country. I was able to cover my apartment walls with all the newspaper clippings that Tony, my character, would have had about his missing son. So I really tried to live the life that he was living. And that was helpful, and that's the privilege of it. I don't usually do that. But at the time, I was doing a lot of commercials for Thomas Cook. Oh, after the first episode, someone actually tweeted, as a joke, but someone tweeted, just in James Nesbitt and his latest Thomas Cook campaign, a bit overwrong, and it's not exactly selling family holidays in France to me. Well, not long after that, I think someone at Thomas Cook realised that it wasn't really good to have as the face of their campaigns a father who loses his 5-year-old son on holiday.
No.
So I exited stage there.
But as a parent, with stuff like Missing and Runaway, it can't be that difficult to get into the emotion.
I think that's a good question, and because it's not that it's easier, but you can certainly locate it.
Sure.
I'm a parent of girls and a father of girls, and so unquestionably at times. I am an actor. He brings a lot of himself to whatever role. I think a lot of actors do that. A lot of life experience. I mean, I think you do locate things in a way. I mean, it's not.
Well, that's where it gets an authenticity.
Yeah, exactly. And so I think, yes, I've certainly drawn on that. But hopefully it's there in the writing. With The Missing, I made such an immediate bond with a little boy. I mean, even if I talk about it now, I get quite sort of choked up about it. Only because it was. We formed such a bond, and it was just there in the writing, and of course, it's every parent's worst nightmare. And of course, I was able to locate the notion of that happening to any of my girls.
But I want to go back, because what you definitely bring to any situation where we've spent time together is you bring energy and passion, and as people know, when you come on this show, you fill out a little questionnaire of your food loves, and there's a real passion for food there.
Oh God!
But it didn't start out as glamorous as that, did it?
No. Yeah.
What is that?
Well, that is Spam. I mean, my granny, what I loved, I like Spam and I love corned beef. And my granny used to make my Granny Smith. I did have a Granny Smith.
Yes.
Who was,
crisp and delicious.
Over my life. She was over my life. I loved her, and she lived in a very small house in Carnlough in County Antrim. And I would go down and stay with her till about the age of 7 or just me. And every day either this would come out with a little thing.
Now I've got one with the key here, but the key has fallen off annoyingly. And
see, that was the one, corned beef. That was
corned beef.
I loved it, and the key, and then it unwound.
Now listen, be careful, because my father, who you knew well,
yes, who I loved,
the one and only time he ended up in A&E was with a tin of corned beef, and he sliced that bit of his thumb open there.
Yeah, no, I used to love that. I don't know if you can see it.
You couldn't have got him anywhere near a hospital otherwise.
Does it around there?
Yeah,
and
it just does it.
I used to slide out.
Incredibly dangerous packaging.
I used to just slide out, and then she would serve that. So slice it up and serve it with smash. When you go snimmer, get smash.
Do you know what? I went to 4 different supermarkets to try and buy smash. You can't buy it. Well, I mean, you get it on Amazon.
You can buy mash. No, I can't get back. So problem. But I used to love the kind of rather smash.
Do you remember the robots?
Yeah. For mash, get smash.
But also that and beans.
Yeah.
Now, would she be exotic and perhaps, I don't know, with the Spam or something like that? Would she do you a fritter?
No. It
Just
was
straight up.
always that. And then while I would eat it, she would have camp coffee. Do you remember camp
coffee
in the bottle?
Yeah. But like there's something very Irish about corned beef.
Yeah.
Because Dad loved corned beef.
Oh, I loved it.
Do you know who else loves corned beef? Tom Kerridge.
Oh, really?
He loves a corned beef in a crusty roll.
Yeah. But Dad and I used to, we were in the garden, whatever, and he was working when I was his kid and the law, he would just open that and we would just slice it. We would just have it, like just big chunks of it. You know?
I mean, look,
and kinds of beans.
I don't want to spoil your palate by perhaps opening these. But, the other thing is guilty pleasures.
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
And I thought you'd be a little bit more exotic than the ginger nut.
That's everything to me. If I had a cup of tea, I could do that in 5 minutes.
You see, this is where I think you're like me. If there's a bit of sugar involved, there's no off switch, is there?
No, that's terrible. If I own something,
But I mean, listen, I'm now at a stage post Christmas where you almost need a bicycle to get on the good side. But you're always built, like as my father would say, a racing snake.
yeah.
Hold on a second. We saw each other just before Christmas, and you told me a story about Dad at somebody's wedding.
I can't remember what.
At Elton's wedding.
Oh, Elton's wedding, always the best ever. Because I know Elton a bit, and your father did, but your dad came up to me at the day and he whispered into my ear, 750 of his closest friends plus us.
But you see, the thing is, I know exactly what had been going on in his head. He would have singled you out because as the only other person with that Celtic mentality would have got exactly what he was saying.
702 faces friends plus us. But see those, I would do that with a cup of tea in
And what sports mixture? Are we talking Haribo here?
No, we're going back.
What's a sports?
It is like, but it's the old version of Alliance. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to mention them. They do the best hard sports mixtures. They used to have.
What do they look like? Footballs?
Different things on them. Yeah. But brilliant hard gums. But I can do a packet of those.
You see, now I know that.
You see, I do this with butter a lot at night time.
Butter,
ginger nut and butter. Yeah,
how are you that thin?
Worry. No, I chew a good bit. I do chew. And when I did the Netflix thing, I had to, because pushing it a bit. So they make sure you do it after.
Because in the Netflix thing, you are with another national institution, Ruth.
Oh, it's sensational.
And she has metamorphosized for this role.
Yeah.
Because we're all used to seeing her as, all right, and she's just not that person.
No, she's great.
Tidy.
And she's so accessible, I mean, she's Ruth Jones, and she never wears that. I mean, she's aware of it, but she's fun, very good fun, but really committed, very generous. She's a joy to be around, and it's important, because we form on like the alliance in the show, and the only way you can really be convincing is, I think, that you have to form that alliance off camera as well, and we just got on.
But to your point about Harlan Coben challenging the hero, challenging your perception of a hero, it opens with her stealing someone's dog, which, I mean, in this country, it's like,
I know.
What?
But what a great introduction. And I think that's what really drew her to it. She read that and thought, wow, he does that.
Where is it, Mini Dro? You got Alfie Enoch, who's a fellow spooner. He's been on Spooning.
He's wonderful.
What a lovely man he is.
Lovely guy.
I mean, like good looking, intelligent, young, and really nice.
And
what's wrong with people?
Awesome. And he's a Villa fan as well. I think he's a Villa fan. But he was great. And then John Ponting, who plays Ash, so the baby face jazzes, and Maeve.
Yeah.
What is Maeve's second name? That's terrible. I love her. She's brilliant. She plays Dee Dee. Yeah. Ellie Delane, who plays my daughter Paige, is Ron Missile. And then Lucien was Maddie. He was in Vongole. They bring good old cast together.
And of course, Minnie Driver, who
Minnie, who I've worked with before, is great.
You've worked with Minnie before.
Yeah, we did a show years ago called The Deep. And
what was that about?
It was about.
Can you remember?
It was about some. It was about a.
It's a submarine, wasn't it? Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You were deep.
We were down in the deep. Yeah.
Now, the other thing you have an obsession for
Right.
is these.
Oh yeah, love.
Now, you're saying you can do. I mean, I almost want to challenge you to it.
No,
Now,
I'll do. Well, but if I have one bowl, it's a big bowl.
Yeah.
It's like what you get.
but do you not find they don't have enough? I mean, I don't mind a cornflake, but I've got to put a lot of sugar on them.
No, I don't put sugar on.
What?
Yeah.
And are you full fat milk?
No, but I'll do 3 bowls. I would do, because that's a small one.
Yeah.
I would do. I could do that and then even. But I went out to eat with my daughters in London. What was before Christmas? Oh no, we went out for funny enough for pizza down in Nunhead.
Well,
Sorry, I beg your pardon. There are other pizzas.
yeah, there are other pizzas available. Homeslice Pizza, available News Yard, Covent Garden, and Bank in the City of London. Anyway, sorry, you were saying.
But we went for pizza in Nunhead, and I went home and I just took it upon myself to have 2 large bowls of cornflakes. But I could do that there. Easy.
So, but I mean, it was obviously substandard pizza we'd had because you were still hungry. I mean, if you came to Homeslice, where it's 20-inch pizzas,
Yeah,
that wouldn't have happened.
That's as good as I've had ever. I'm a big pizza aficionado.
I know, but I can't believe you've never eaten me bleed. How long have we known each other?
I know. I'm sorry. Well, I've been away a lot.
Yeah, you're always busy. What's next for you?
Do you know what? I don't know.
I mean, you're number one in the country. You're
I
not.
hope there's another job in there.
Well, I mean, but it's because Harlan Coben, it seems to be a family business now.
Yeah.
Charlotte, his daughter.
Yeah, Charlotte writes. Daddy Brocklehurst is an executive producer, but also is the lead writer. Nicholas Schindler, who I've worked with a lot. She's from a company called Red. She's a big United fan, and now she's got Key Street Production. And they bring people back together. I mean, wonderful. And it's so unusual that, there's no hidden agenda, no secret kind of egos, nothing, none of that thing. Everyone's got their worth. Everyone goes in as a team.
We've kind of got to that time in proceedings where I'm going to hand you what can only be described as a fetching leopard print
Do you know what?
blindfold.
This close to bringing the
Your own ones?
Yeah.
Well, here,
Okay.
have mine. And I am going to feed you your first spoon.
Gosh, now
Now listen.
hopeless at recognizing things.
Well, yes, but hopefully this won't be too difficult for you. I'm going to slide this one in. Here we go. So this is the first spoon here. I'm going to pop that cloche down there, and I'm going to get it up on the spoon. Here, hold on one second. Let me just... I will feed you.
All right, yeah, because I'd probably miss.
Yeah.
You
don't want to... Here we go. Let's just get a manageable size mouthful of that. Open wide. Here we go. What have we got there? Tell me. Flavors, textures.
Vongole.
Take the blindfold off.
It's so good.
It's one of the best things in the world, isn't it?
And that is really good, Mark.
Well, I don't know if you're aware, I can cook.
But
I don't, this is a popular misconception that he can't cook. I can.
that is really, really good. And I've eaten Vongole all over the world.
You don't have to do this bit blindfolded. You can actually take it off.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just feeling quite fetching.
No.
That is gorgeous.
Little bit of white shell clam.
It's just lovely. I mean, you've got a lovely sort of sauce. Start there. Really.
Well, but again,
Gorgeous.
the simpleness of it's butter,
Yeah.
the cooking water,
Yeah.
garlic, chili, parsley, and the clams, and a bit of lemon juice.
Fabulous.
Now, there are lots of different interpretations of vongole.
Yeah.
As you go around Italy, they kind of change. It's like, trying to get an Italian to agree on what goes in tiramisu could go on forever.
Yeah.
But
That's
I just
so
think the simpler the better.
that beautiful. Really lovely.
But you like to cook that yourself because you are a bit of a cook yourself, aren't you?
I'm not that. I'm not. I do cook I don't have a huge range,
Mm.
but I love it. I do love the thing. But the things I do love to cook. Marcella has Anne's ragu, original ragu. We just like to, you can do it for 4 or 5 hours with celery and carrot and milk and white wine and all that. And I love to do a bit of Nigel Slater's lime and coriander pork patties with chili.
Very good things.
I love that. River Cafe. I love the aubergine.
Oh, the charred aubergine pasta.
The parsley, yeah, it would, yeah, that one. Yeah, the reason was lots of fatty parsley.
See, what you need to do is get you in the garden.
Yeah,
Import rush.
yeah,
Because you've got the room down there. You need to get yourself a little pizza oven.
yeah. Well, what's funny?
Where you can come here, spend some time with the boys. They'll teach you how to do it properly.
Well, funny, Daniel O'Hara, who directed the first, he directed me in Lucky Man and then directed Stay Close. And he bought me a
You keep saying shows, and I forgot. I go, God, yes, Lucky Man. Jeez, Sorry, you were saying.
He bought me a small little pizza oven, but it's brilliant.
Yeah,
really fabulous. Cool.
Well, 500. You could make horseshoes in that if you wanted to.
But I couldn't afford that. I'm only a poor actor.
I might be able to get you a deal on one.
Yeah, that was a good. That was fabulous. I'm actually going to have a.
You carry on. You carry on. Would you like to don the blindfold and have your other spoon? Because it is time for that.
Okay.
Geez, the mess here.
I'm very
Literally. It's like.
Oh, my daughters will die. Peggy.
Here we go.
Will die.
So, I've got a dish here, and I'm excited about this because I think I may have invented a new way of eating here.
Wow.
Okay? And I think you're going to love it.
Okay.
I think it's right up your street. So, let me just get all the little component parts.
Oh, yeah, you won't ever say that.
That's good. You're going to enjoy this. It's a slightly bigger mouthful than the last one.
Okay.
Open wide. Here we go. You ready? Go, go, go. All of it. There we go. I'm stuffing that in. There you go. There we go. Here, let me get you a napkin. There you go. You like that? What are you saying? You saying you don't like the faces?
Love it.
Oh, you love it. Good. Thank God for that. What have you got? Tell me the flavors.
Oh, God.
You know they're familiar to you, aren't they?
Yeah. This curry.
Yeah.
Gorgeous curry.
Yeah.
Is there chicken?
No.
Is there potatoes?
Yes.
Mashed, like.
No, well, no. Well, some of them think new potato.
We
Little babies. Yeah, little baby potato.
curry.
Go on, take the blindfold off. That is my Irish stew.
It's
So that
really
is
gorgeous.
lamb, carrot, potato, but in a Thai green curry.
It's beautiful.
Irish lamb.
Oh!
What's that noise? It's good, isn't it? Because you said you don't like lamb.
And that is gorgeous.
You see?
Guys, honestly, absolutely gorgeous.
Irish lamb.
I just wouldn't wait for lunch today. No, I'm not.
Well, a little bit of jasmine rice there, a little squeeze of lime over it just at the end.
Fabulous.
See, I did that. Now, you could do that with best end of neck or leg, in my opinion. And that's with
it's
leg.
delicious.
Because you said you don't like lamb
No,
because it's too wet.
I find it a bit.
You said
I know.
what?
I know what I mean by that. And I said that to I think I said that. I might have said it to Ian. I said it to someone that I said it was wet, and they went, "Being wet. It just seems a bit kind of slimy or wet to me." That is world class.
You see?
You're amazing.
Well, I try.
Yeah.
And I think we should open Jimmy and Mark's
Yeah.
Irish stew restaurant. What do you think?
Love it. It's so
We could be onto something
It's so good.
because you've combined two great dishes there.
Yeah.
A Thai green curry and an Irish stew.
You know, it's honestly really good. And the little spuds in it as well, and the chili.
It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah. That is seriously though a proper dish.
Yeah, that's great. I
don't think it's been done before.
No, and inspired by you.
Good.
This is the nice thing. And you do inspire, and you continue to inspire by doing great work.
Thank you.
And long may it continue. And long may you stay the Peter Pan of acting.
I know.
Hey?
That's why I
You like the idea of that?
I like
I think it suits you.
thank
Anyway,
you very much.
Thank you so much for agreeing to be spooning. It's been a pleasure having you on. That is all for this week. Next week, of course, I will be joined by another very special guest who will be trying the food that they think they love and the food that they think they hate. And I will be blindfolding them, maybe in a fetching leopard print number. If you like what we do here on Spooning, you can find us across all your social media by searching Spooning with Mark Wogan. This is available in glorious Technicolor. Mind yourself back there, please. This is available in glorious Technicolor on the Virgin YouTube channel and wherever you get your podcasts from. And if you haven't had enough of me, you can find me on Virgin Radio Chilled, Saturdays 10 till 2 p.m. and the same again on Sundays. But until next week, stay beautiful.